Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Saturday, June the 21st, 2025, and today's topic I'm going to call Sketching Unforgiven, the movie, the Western starring Clint Eastwood. But before we begin, welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new to the channel. I sketch and post every day, and I use a timer to stay focused and to build a habit. So yeah, I'll start a 10-minute timer and just get started pretty quickly here. But yeah, I was just watching scenes from Unforgiven and I wanted to sketch it. So I'm going to make it fit at least in here just for the sake of the camera. And it may be a little bit off though. So I'll just establish the head. So this movie is pretty great. One of my favorite westerns. And I'll put up a picture somewhere. So part of this is because I wanted to get a likeness a little bit. I'm going to put this in the drawing the movies playlist. So the last one I did was The Prestige. And yeah, I was saying how I was doing like the whole movie. I was doing these videos of like the whole movie of like Troy and Blade Runner and stuff. It just takes too long. I mean, it's interesting, but yeah, it just takes too much time, really. So I'm being pretty loose about it. I'm not trying to make it look like too like exact likeness. The main thing is as if people can kind of recognize that where it's from. But there's just things that I normally don't draw, like cowboy hats, like rifles. So once I have this, I can kind of make up, well, not make up, but like make the rest of it be in proportion, which may or may not fit into here, but it looks like it will. So the hand is like this. But the pose is a little tricky. Part of it is because he's wearing like a coat, and then he's holding a rifle, so it can be a little tricky. So I'm gonna establish like the pose. Yeah, I'll put up the picture so you can kind of see like the thought process. So it can get tricky because the shoulder right here is kind of right here. Just thinking about the proportion. And then the elbow, but then the foreshortening is like this. Same with this arm, so there's like foreshortening going on. So like this is the, let's see, it looks like the shoulder's back a little. It's like tilted. And then it's probably coming forward, and then the elbow is kind of like right here. Kind of like this. And then the rifle is sort of right here, we'll say. can always go back and straighten the lines up. The main thing is the proportions, and then the chest. I find that it's better to be a little bit more exaggerated and get the pose correct than try to make it look exactly like the picture. Let's see if I can get the... So I'm okay with the pose. It looks pretty correct. So I'm going to focus on the face. And part of this is kind of being a little bit cartoony about it, kind of exaggerating it. This is like a quick sketch. Kind of like that. But for like the face, I could use like a thin, like a finer point to basically get the... It looks like I'm gonna map out the shadows, so I'm just gonna go like this, and it's like the basic shadows, and then just put in the like a tone right here, which is just the shadow. I think one thing before I get too lost in the details is to make sure that the pose is still correct. I think that it's mostly correct. I mean, the reference doesn't have this part. It's getting cut off a little bit. It should be alright. So the wrinkles, you can use it to help you to get the form correct. So this is basically correct. I'm just gonna blend it. I wanted to make sure the form is correct before I started to add these shadows, because otherwise it's not gonna work. So, for example, there's not that sharp of an edge because of the wool material. I think this shoulder is pretty important. I'm gonna have to draw through it. It looks like right here, that's kind of important right there. Yeah, I just want to get the pose correct. Like that shoulder is important. Like the tilt of this one. And then these wrinkles right here. And then really the next step is just to, I feel like that I could probably get a likeness. Kind of have to make a judgment call there. But I will keep working on this and give you an update on it. That'll be it for today's daily sketching routine. I want to thank you for joining me, and if you enjoy these videos, please support the channel. I appreciate it, and until next time, keep on sketching.